am Sumit Chalak. I'm the host of this podcast, and welcome to the official SAE NIS official podcast series. In this podcast, we intend to give you a more acquainted with your mentors, know about some innovations in this field, bring some industry experts to discuss the future of electric mobility, and to ask them your questions. So grab your snacks, up the volume, and enjoy. The presenters would be joining in from their home since all of us are working from home these days. So, in today's episode, we will have some of these mentors who have been working to help you out day and night, and we will have a hearty chat with them and get to know about their views on this whole new normal of a virtual event. So, mentors, please introduce yourselves.
Hi everyone. I'm Abhijit Moni. I'm a CFD engineer. I've been associated with FScycle since 2015. So when I was doing my undergrad, I was a team member in the year 2015, and I was made captain for the FScycle team in 2016. As far as mentorship is concerned, I started as a on-site mentor and a local mentor since last year. And this year, I'm also a mentor for. I'm also mentoring for two teams right now virtually. Yeah, that's it about me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Arun Gupta. I am associated with FScycle from last 5 years. First year I was as a participant, and last 2 years I am as a mentor, mentoring teams to help them cope up the challenges they are facing to build their own vehicles.
Hello teams, myself I'm Dhanush Chituri. I'm a project associate. I've been with FCycle from 2017. 2 years I've worked I've participated as a student, and from last year I'm an associate as a mentor with FCycle. And last year unfortunately I couldn't attend the event, and this year because of a lot of uncertainties, we are making it an online event. So yeah, thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Karan Paigude. I'm associated with FScycle from 2017. At 2017 as a participant, then after that 1 year as a team facilitator, and from last 2 years I'm working as a mentor. This year also I'm trying to help teams as a mentor. I'm mentoring 3 teams from Maharashtra region, and that's all. Yeah, thank you.
Hey folks, this is Mayank, and I am application engineer associated with NSYS. So if I talk about my association with FScycle, basically it's from the very beginning. Like I have started from the very first session as a student participant, and like after in between I have just dropped out because of some educational things and all. So then in 2015 I have again started with the FScycle as a initially as a mentor, technical inspector, and now I also have worked as a lead mentors also. So I'm looking after all these things. So yeah, thank you.
Hello everyone. So I'm Nikhil. I'm associated with FScycle from 2015. So I was participant in 2015, 16, and also supporting my college team in 2017. And from 2018, I was allotted as a mentor for the team. So I've been working as a mentor from 2018, and also this year we are experiencing a lot of new ideas in the name of this virtual event. So I hope you also have a lot of learnings this year, and I wish you all the best for the future. Thanks.
Hello guys, my name is Bihara Kiran Kumar, and I am associated with FScycle from 2016. In 2016 I am a participant, and after that in 2017 I work as the volunteer, 2018 as a coordinator, and 2019 as a mentor, and in 2020 we all guys are doing virtual. So in 2020 also I am a mentor for the 3 teams, and I wish all the best to each and every team who are associated and who are participating this year in FScycle. Thank you.
Okay, so now that we are done with the formalities, I'll be asking you some questions. Are you ready?
Yeah, ready and excited.
My first question will be to Mayank sir. And
Yeah.
the question is, how has been the mentoring this season been different from mentoring the other seasons?
Yeah, so basically, if I talk about this year mentorship, so as we know, like this year we have started from the very beginning. The mentors basically started jumped in with the team. So if I see, like we have actually helped so many teams to start from very beginning, how to build up the teams, and how to make the presentation plans and all these things, how to make everything moving. So just for the if you see, like it's like a nostalgia kind of thing, like we used to do the same kind of things when we were in college, and we when we start participating all these things. So uh, with having all these things, having that nostalgia kind of thing, so we started feeling like it's the teams are part of us only. So it's kind of family. And you just keep on nurturing with whatever knowledge you have, whatever experience you have gained till now, like with the industry. And also you just keep on teaching them, then yeah, do this, start with that, and this is the way you can communicate, and this is the way you should take the responsibility, and you should start like that. So all these things was very pretty much interesting this year. So even for us also to understanding how nowadays how these people are thinking, what is the thought process, and all these things, we should also came to know, like currently the scenario how it was earlier and currently. Because since when I participated, it was like a total physical event, like human powered and everything. So now it has moved from physical to electrical mix kind of thing. So how they are selecting the students from electrical background, and how they are collaborating, so that was pretty much interesting things also, this event, which I could see and I could witness. So that was very good experience this year, right? Yeah.
So you would say there was a dimension of unlearning your past practices and then learning some new stuff to mentor the teams for this new season, the virtual normal.
Correct.
Okay. So next, I'll go
So
to
yeah,
Nikhil.
I want to highlight one more thing. This year it was more of interaction kind of thing. It was not purely mentorship. It's like a combined effort to work towards a mutual profit.
Right. Okay. So next, I'll go to Nikhil. And Nikhil, your question is, what additions can you foresee to the next season of FE Cycle?
Yeah, that is a difficult question, but I'll try to answer that from my perspective. Yeah. So this season, I will talk about about this season, that we have a new concept of whole like purely electric vehicle this year, and also this virtual event. So I'll suggest or recommend that this virtual event along with the physical event should be there in next year, and along with the how mentors supported their teams in this year, also should continue next year as well. That Mayank sir said that we were involved in the initial phases itself, so that should continue from the next year onwards, means for the coming seasons of FE cycle as well. So that is the part I would see that the main thing this year was the virtuals. So I think that has created much more awareness in the teams related to the CAD modeling details, and also the precautions to be taken in the design phase itself. So that is the most important part. So that should be continued next year also, according to me. That's it.
That's a quite lot of changes that you said, and pertaining to the current COVID situations. Like, let's just hope that that happens.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Touch wood. Okay, so next I'll be asking Abhijit, on which aspects are our current teams lacking and should work on more?
So I've evaluated few teams, so I would say this is a new platform for everyone, and taking it virtually from a physical event is hard for us, even us, if we are put into a position where we want to, I mean, do everything which is supposed to be done physical. Even we will struggle. But this virtual event is all about presentation. So presentation is one area where you could go an extra mile and showcase your talent based on whatever you have done. I'm sure all the teams have given their 100%, but in few teams, I could see a lack of presentation and presentation skills, I would say. Even though would have, I mean, gave their 100%, they know what is being done and they want what they did in their subsystem or say FE cycle as a whole, but they couldn't present it well at the heat of the moment. So I would say presentation skill is one. And other thing is we can't blame students because since we are expecting them to, run a lot of models and do, big chunks of calculations, all those things, which is supposed to be done in numericals. We are asking them to simulate it in a simulation platform or a software. Even they are struggling it there, but say in maybe next season, if they get their hands onto a better machine or a better resource, I believe they could close this gap and give their best to present it well, I suppose. So yeah, that was one thing which came to my mind.
Right, I can relate to it actually, because when we were participating, Karan would know. Karan was my teammate when I was participating, and we were in a hurry to like just complete the fabrication and get done with the testing of the physical vehicle, and that left us with so little time to practice our presentation skills that we took a major hit in that evaluation. So that was an issue pertaining to us as well. And now that the physical event is not being continuing right now because of these situations. It is very difficult for the teams to switch from fabrication to being efficient presenters, right? So they
Yeah.
will have to learn those skills to keep running in the race, as we say.
And I'm sure they'll close that gap in the upcoming days and they'll do their best for the next evaluation, I suppose.
Yeah.
So,
So with rightly highlighted, we did a presentation practice on train, I think.
yeah, the train and the hostel, I think, where we were staying, just beside the gate of LBU. So we were like doing our presentations, practicing and all in one room, and the other room people were sleeping, so that we wouldn't disturb them because they were the drivers for the next day. That was a tedious task then. Yeah. So the next question is for Kiran. What would be your suggestion to new alumni who wish to join us after this season?
Okay, so see, I'm associated with Pepsi Circle from 2016. So, as a 3 years, I worked as a different, but from 2019, I worked as a mentor. So, for the new members, it is a good platform to come here and see. After 3 or 4 long years, you have been a student, and after your student, still you are going to enter to in what we say mentoring field. So see, from your as you can say, see, as Abhijit has covered that this year we guys are already we guys are in doing the virtual event. So there is a see, I can remember a day where before a one day before our presentation round, we guys are doing some preparation. See, we have only a one laptop with us, and we guys are preparing ourselves for the presentation for the B plan presentation. So, as a new mentor, you can learn a lot because this year uh, purely electric vehicle is there. So when we are working as a student at that time, there is only a conventional vehicle where we can use a human drive or we can use a electric drive. Or for example, if one drive has been failed, so you have a backup option there. So this year there is truly a electric drive. So students are coming with a new ideas, good ideas. So as a mentor, you are a bit confused that okay, fine, this year, okay, when we are worked as a student, so that time only there is a two drives, and this time they have a very good idea. So as a mentor, it is a good to present your skills here, and you can share your thoughts, and you can get so many thoughts from the student also. Okay, fine. When you are in a student level, there are a few people to guide you, but as a mentor, you can guide anytime. Let's say when we are working as a FE cycle, at that time we have only a one mentor as our college mentor only. So sometimes he is not able to speak with us. But as a mentor in a FE cycle, they can speak with us anytime. If they want any help, for example, let's say if you want any help regarding a motor, so you can speak with your FE cycle mentor because he is a previously experienced person, so he can help you a lot. So I think for the new mentors is a good platform to come to present their skills, to meet with the challenges, to I think it is a good platform for the new mentors also. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
That was a very experienced answer that you gave, like through so many years of experience.
Yeah.
Dhanush, something to add to this question. Dhanush, please.
So it's more like I'll encourage new mentors. Since we like when we participate, we'll be concentrating only on one particular subsystems like that, but we won't be getting knowledge on the whole vehicle. And also, not on along with the whole vehicle, we don't get much knowledge on documentation. So if we take mentorship, there is an advantage to the teams. Along with the teams, even a mentor also has a advantage like he can gain knowledge on all the other subsystems. Like when the teams get some when the teams face some difficulties in particular subsystem, along with the team, even a mentor will work. So he'll get knowledge on that particular area, and also regarding the since he's a mentor, he must learn about the documents, all that, and yeah, every part with even even in the at the industrial level, they must know the documentation procedures, all that. So it's good that we learn the procedures also, and not only that, as a part of the team, we will never learn the leadership qualities if we are just a team member. But being a mentor, we are leading some teams. Especially this year, we are mentoring 4 to 5 teams, which means under us there are nearly 50 people. So that means eventually we are improving our leadership skills also. So this is what I feel. Thank you.
Yeah, Sumit, I want to add one more point. Like here,
Sure, go
what we
ahead.
actually are expecting is like to have more people, of different background also. Different background as in usually we have mentors from mechanical background, civil, mechanical, and all. So if more people can come from electrical and electronics background, no, so in that case we can have knowledge transfer sessions also, like existing mechanical guys can learn electrical stuff, and electrical people can learn mechanical stuff also, and even get to know the vehicle terminologies and all these things. These things will actually help in the long term. But what I have seen is like some electrical people, they don't really give so much, like after like okay fine, event is done, so we don't require in the team or something, like we don't require in the mentorship side. So if like we can have more people from different backgrounds, so in that case we also will have the opportunity to learn new things and all. Yeah.
Yeah, so the exposure horizon increases for the new people and the old people as well.
Correct. And even this will get, the FE cycle will also get benefited because of this also. That's what.
Right, right. So the next question is to Karan Paigude. What are the best innovations or designs that you have seen this season?
Yeah, okay, innovations and designs. So I am mentoring only 3 teams, so not much scope to see that much innovation part in that. Uh, so,
This is a
but
good question to all
regard,
of you. Like you can say after Karan, if you have encountered a very innovative solution to some design problem.
yeah. One part I would really like to highlight that we have all the mentors. We have discussions regarding how teams are performing and what is their design level. So one design came across me with a very minute detailing level. So we would have not thought that teams would come up with that detailing level. Even they had used color codes for uh, different wiring systems and all. So that was pretty much very well done by teams, rather more than expectations. So yes, we have given chance to teams to come up with very much different things, and they are coming up with that. So I'm very much happy with that. Regarding innovation part, yet I have not seen anything. I'm sure I would see it in at the actual event site. If anyone can add regarding their experience, please.
Right. Nikhil is going to add his
Yeah,
encounter.
yeah. So I was mentoring like 3 teams, one of which was fully electric. So this was the first time this like concept was brought in FE cycle. So there was much of electrical innovation they had done, much of like regeneration systems and like I don't know, it's like 2 or 3 some electrical innovations, because I don't know much about this electrical systems, but they had done a very well job in their designing. So that was the point I wanted to add this.
Okay. Arvind also wants to add to this.
Yeah, the main problem in the human drive is the using chain drive. There's always a lag in the chain or disengagement of the chain. But one of my team, which I'm mentoring, has come up with the solution of using bevel gear. And I think for sure, if they manufacture it perfectly, then that would be the best part in for the human drive, because they can neglect all the human made error that comes due to lack of knowledge, or there is no expertise in that part. So they cannot manufacture, and if the bevel gear part is implemented, then in that case they can achieve a good speed with the bevel with the human drive. And the second part is that I'm talking about that team only. That team has used we used to get a problem managing the human drive and the electric drive. So for the human drive part for the electric drive, they have used a cyclocomputers and some electronics stuffs. So they are tracking the RPM of both the pedals, and yeah, that's a pedal assist system. They are tracking the RPM of both the pedals, and also they are controlling the throttle of the motor. And if the speed of any one of the driver is more like having more RPM, then they are maintaining all the 3 wheels, all the 3 drives with the same RPM. So in that case means they are saving the power of human. They are saving the power of their driver. So this is the part I have seen this innovation in one of my team, and that was really innovative for myself.
Yeah, that is actually a very innovative solution. Like I haven't seen it in my days. Yeah. So next, I'd like to go to Abhijit.
Yeah, so as Karan pointed out, one of the teams had gone into very detail for designing their electrical subsystems and color coding it, right? So that team falls under me and Mr. Mayak. So that team has come up with a new strategy now. So since it's been a virtual event, they have simulated their whole vehicle running in Adam software. So what it does was their whole vehicle would sit on the road, and it'll climb the uphill. And in those uphills, they place few bumps on it. So once it jumps over the bump, they've also shared the force data in it. So for the virtual event, to see how the vehicle is going to perform in real time in a virtual world was very eye-catchy and exciting for me. That was one interesting innovation I saw.
Wow, teams are coming up with innovative solutions to encounter their shift from physical to a virtual event. That's a delight to see, actually. I think these virtual rounds should be broadcasted so that everybody could see what the teams are doing.
So with here like one thing also we can infer from all this the explanation, the job which was done by Abhijit was also very very good. That is why the team and all is like coming with that very innovative solution. Clap for
Thank you. Pleasure's all. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, I mean, it comes from my lead mentor is Mr. Mayank Dwivedi, so you know where this instructions come from. Yeah.
Wow, wow. So we'll move on to the next question now, because we have a time crunch, or we could have talked more on this one. Yeah. So next we'll move to, I would say, Dhanush. And Dhanush, what were your most funny moments as a participant?
As a participant, yeah, since we are a participants, there are quite a lot of funny moments, uh, especially like during the hostel times, like after the competition, when you go to rooms for practicing this document doc, first round, like documentation rounds, presentations, all that. So during that, many will be coming, like as one of our team mentors shared their views. Some of the team members will be sleeping in one room, and the other will be practicing in other room. And after completing their practice, we'll go and disturb the one who slept. That's the best part. And apart from that, we used to bring water from those washrooms, and we used to pour them in the morning time. And during lunch, like stealing food from others' plates for giving it to drivers. Not only that, even during like especially taking this borrowing part, like necessary parts like welding rods. All general teams used to bring their own components to work in the hot pit area. So we'll be going we'll be going around all the pits for asking their parts, so that we won't get delayed in the hot pit area. And when going through that, like when we are going to different pits, we used to talk to different people, and because of that, yeah, we'll get good interaction. And not only that, the best part is when in the first time participation, I worked as a driver. So usually driver's duty in the team has a most luxurious life. They don't have to work much, and there won't be much strain on them. Like when the lunch starts, we used to go first, and we'll have food belly full, and all other team members will starve, because by the time they go, the food will become cold, and they won't get proper food. And they used to and also, even like even if they get something good, they used to give us. And that's the most luxurious part. And the next thing is, during driving, so my co-driver, he's really good at singing. So, and we have faced some issues during the endurance, and I'm in a panic state. So to avoid that, he used to sing songs for me. That's really a good part. And along with that, we used to shout like anything, so that to cheer us, and also the teams beside us. So that is how we enjoyed it. Like not only that, like there are many funny moments, and if I continue sharing them, it takes the whole session. So these are the most best moments which I remember now.
We can do a whole another episode of a podcast just to, you know, yeah,
Yeah,
so it's a funny moment. And in the corner,
sure.
it was laughing all the time. I know what he's thinking about, but I'd like him to say what he is thinking. Karan, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of funny parts during participant as a participant, but one I would like to highlight. Actually, it's a problem faced by many of the teams, but still it was funny for our team during that time. So to design a part in FA cycle, and we required some guidance for that, and we went to our I can say faculty right now, because he is no more in the college right now. So yes, we went to him and we asked that, sir, we want to design this part and we are not getting how can we take inputs for required for this calculations. His answer really surprised us. So it was that the all the inputs are given in the question. So that answer was regarding syllabus thing and academic thing. Till the end, we could not get that input from faculty, and I think this is the one of the major major problem faced by most of the students. So yeah, this was one part. Again, regarding team members, captain is always on the negative part in in the team. So Sumit was our captain that time, and that was one of our member was somewhat against him. And as soon as the event got over, we exited the LPU gate. We sat in that six-seater or rickshaw, and the member said, "Now you are no more captain," and he started giving slang words. So this is what I think everyone has experienced, and the most funny part which we enjoy during uh, this session. Yeah, that's from my side.
They plotted
Sorry,
a in the rickshaw. And when we were on the train, they didn't let me sleep for 2 whole days from Sunday from on the train journey. I wasn't allowed to sleep. As soon as I slept, they would pull out my bag. They would like pour water on my face, do everything they could. So
this was only for our beloved captain.
coming to Mayank sir, how efficient are these virtuals compared to the physical event?
Yeah, so basically, I can actually explain this point. Like, I actually worked previously. I worked with the Nissan, so I used to crash vehicles. So in full vehicle analysis, we used to check the injury and crash worthiness of the structure. So all these things we do, on the software itself. Virtually, we can judge everything. We can manipulate the structure, deformation and phenomena. All these things we can do, and we can even implement countermeasures for this also. So here, if I see that virtual part of the physical event this year, so previously what people used to do is like they just build the vehicle. They don't know. They don't usually care about the design. What and all is the design is in the design. It is just for presentation. Sake of presentation in the report. What they are doing in the workshop is like do patti utha ke weld kar diya. So this kind of the attitude was there previously. So with this virtual thing, they actually exposed to some design softwares and analysis softwares also. So now they can, as Abhijit also mentioned, like they have done full simulation thing on CARSIM and also Atoms. So it is like you can have that feature, like you can check the durability of your vehicle, and you can check the analysis like where and all stress and all these things are coming. So with the virtuals, they have more focused on these things this year. I actually this thing I have seen, like people are more into not only they are just going with the alternative options. They are optimizing the structure. They are basically playing with the thickness, and they are playing with the where we can, how we can improve my factor of safety by adding some members, some gazetting, all these things they are doing. So that was like pretty interesting thing, because previously they don't care about these things, but now they are so much focused on improving the factor of safety, and they are actually taking interest like how these things are calculating, how we can improve these things, and how we can play with all these parameters. So virtual thing has actually gave them one more dimension to think of before fabricating the whole vehicle. So I think this will help them to reduce the weight also, like in after, if you move to the next session, they can improve the weight factor also. So I think that's a good thing, so because they have exposed to this kind of scenario. That's a very informative also, and very scope of learning is there for them.
So actually, the trade-off between the physical and the virtual thing has gone off, because first the teams used to focus only on the dynamics and not the statics. Now they only have to focus on statics, so they can't make a trade-off per se.
Correct. And the dimension, they have the expansion of the aura is again is the another thing. Like now we can fully validate the vehicle on the software itself. So in the fabrication part, issues will not be there, like sudden breakdown, and all these things they can come up. It was like that only, because I remember the way we have manufactured the vehicle. It was like we had 2-3 chains with us, like when the sprocket will wobble, no, we will just put new chain, because that one is like very it was like a fresh chain, so one thing will not be there, so that will work perfectly. So we used to add 3-4 chains with us, just like replace and then run, replace and run. So like that we did. So that was good. Yeah, the virtual thing, I feel.
Right. Would anyone else like to add to this? Okay, we can go ahead
Yeah,
then.
yeah, fine, Sumit.
Yeah,
I want to add some
yeah,
points.
yeah.
Yeah, actually, when I am a participant now at that time, and if we will, I will compare myself with the new guys. So I think they have developed a lot with the virtual event, because at that time we were just like, yeah, actually Mayank sir has said that हाँ एक पत्ती लो और weld कर दो, and you will get some jugaad there. And when you are coming to the virtual event now at that time, you should be specific about each and every point. Each and every point should be detailed. Otherwise, your whole assembly will be crashed. Let's say for example, if you have to design nut and bolt, then you have to assemble it. And when we are doing no चल यार हो गया ना उसके ऊपर डाल दे, and because we guys are only focusing for the dynamic event only. So I think they got a new dimension to work, and actually they are playing with the softwares as we played with the workshop and the hardware things, and they were playing with the software. So I think they have developed a lot. Yeah, that's what I want to add. Thank you.
Yeah, I actually can remember our times as well as participants. Like in my first season, in the 2016 season, we were the first debutant team from our college itself. So we didn't know what to do and how to get about it. So we had tremendous mechanical failures. We didn't complete the endurance run. We didn't even complete 2 laps. The chain was not aligned, and also if we would have had the opportunity to learn more of the softwares and stuff, then we would have had lesser breakdowns. So out of this, in the second season that we did, I did with Karan in the 2017 season, we had actually way less mechanical breakdowns. You could say none, just the electric ones, because we weren't proficient in that department. So the story for the next time again. So next to Abhijit, what keeps you associated with FE Cycle still after so many years?
I love the concept of like giving away, say whatever we are, we most of us are from mechanical or say engineering background. So I mean, whatever we are getting paid or get paid in the future is because of science. So there are only two ways you can give back to science. Either you have to, I mean, innovate something or I mean, patent something and give back in one way, or the other way is to teach your knowledge to other ones. So basically students. So knowledge transfer is one of the key components in Epicycle. So since last year, we have been, I mean, starting this mentorship program a bit later in the season. I would say before the local TI happens, will be allocated to the teams. But this year, it is very exciting, to be honest, because we have been with the teams from the start, from the scratch, when they start building their vehicle or say design the vehicle till the endurance phase. So it's very exciting to be there and to get to meet students and get revolutionize our memories about the event and all those things. So it's always really good thing to be associated with. And in case I'm a big fan of motorsports, and I believe a lot of people are a lot of people here should be I mean, fan of Formula One or something like that. So any motorsport even will trigger my brains up and it will give me tickles. So I just want to be a part of something, and I love being a part of exercise.
Yeah, that is the reason why even I joined FE Cycle in the first place. So I think many of us would be able to relate with that. So the second last question I would like to ask Arvind is, how has the interactions with the mentoring committee helped you?
Yeah, yeah, Sumit. The whole mentorship program was like it was like a self development. We used to we used to communicate with the team, and we used to communicate with the committee, technical committee, and just having the doubt solving sessions. And it was like have the personality development, and like I have developed many skills while mentoring team, and since I have joined from 2019, the like the experience that I'm getting is helping me a lot in my professional life, I would like to say. Yeah, thank you.
Right. So like this, we come to the last question of our session. And it is an open question to all of you. What are your takeaways from this season? I'd like Nikhil to start this one.
Yeah, you ask the difficult questions to me, yeah. But it's okay, yeah. But like being this virtual event, I think as we discussed in this podcast, that many like benefits happen to the teams as well, and also to the mentors, because due to the uh, teams facing many problems, so we discussed among our mentoring team and our colleague mentors, and also we got some new learnings through this. So this is the main takeaway, and I think being virtual was the like big advantage of the lockdown. I don't know, means this was the only I can say advantage of the my from my perspective. But this virtual event has like brought the FE cycle like detailing level of the teams to a much higher level.
Yeah, I would like to add, like, this year we had some good like analysis things, like the kinematics video and all. So previously I was not very much aware about, the software, how it will work and how these things are. But when you are going to teach your students, your when you are mentoring the team, so it will, you should be at least thorough with the particular thing, then only you are going to give someone like, you can take this that advice kind of thing. So I had to do lot of hard work, as my homework kind of thing. So to teach them, yeah, you can do this in this, or kinematic video, this kind of thing you can do, and how this is the way you can do. So many things are there, which as in my one team, they had initially designed everything with the NX, and now they are actually on the kinematic side, they could not able to that animate the chain sprocket thing. So that I also didn't get, because that was NX, which was like very much new to me. Even I have discussed so many people, even from IIT people also, I have discussed all these things, but I could not solve that issue. So like these things actually helped me to to get other things also. So that is my learning from this season. Like I have to look after all these softwares also, to to just before helping others, I should be on the learning side also. I should consider myself. Yeah.
So we all, there's no age to stop learning. We learn every day, even through this
Correct.
whole process. Yeah. So
Correct.
anyone
So,
else? I think those are the
Yeah,
takes
yeah,
right now.
fine. I want to add, yeah, fine. Okay, so previous year we had a discussion that this year we will start the mentor program from the starting only, from allocating the team and assigning the mentor to them. And as there is a note that, okay, if you are going to come in the mentorship program, no, you should be with the team up to the last time only. So I think we are collecting a lot of memories from the team, and as also a team also getting benefit from our side also, and we are also getting benefit from the team side also, because there are some things that we are going to learn from the team. Let's say, as a Mayank sir has been told that he don't know about the NX, and still there is a problem with the NX. So there are a few things from my side also that I am learning from the team only. So as a professional now, then also we are learning. So you understand that how you have to manage your professional life as well as uh, your life with that. So I think it was helping each and everyone as a mentor also, as a team member also. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Would like to add, uh, yes, we did learn a lot of things this season. Rather than giving back to teams, it was much more part of our learning, personal learning. Even we had every more, maybe once a week or once in 2 week, we regularly had mentors meeting where we discussed all of the things between us, which whosoever is facing what all problems. So there was a lot of to take away from this season. Cannot be highlighted in 2 or 3 minutes. It's actually a journey of like 1 year, continuous 1 year. So a lot of things, and much more important is that a lot senior mentors or senior leads, whoever they were in this part, helped a lot of new mentors to cope up with this activity and help teams to build their vehicle in within time.
Right. So, wow, this was a very insightful discussion with you guys, and I hope the students who are watching this also have enjoyed listening to this as much as I have myself. And thank you so much for your time. And so, with that, I conclude this episode and thank all of you to join in, take your precious time out of your work from home schedules. And to the participants, please do follow us on our social media handles for further updates and content such as this. And stay tuned for the next podcast. Thank you and bye bye.